Good afternoon. Good afternoon, fellow employees, family members, and honored guests. If I haven't had the opportunity to meet you as of yet, I'm Karen Flynn. I'm the Deputy Director and Deputy Associate Administrator for Management in the Science Mission Directorate. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you to the NASA Headquarters Honor Awards ceremony today. We are delighted to have you with us as we recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of Headquarters civil servants, our contractor partners, and the diverse teams who make NASA who contribute in outstanding ways to NASA's mission. NASA's core values are safety, integrity, teamwork, and excellence, and demonstration of these values are a key component to being recognized for one of today's awards. To that end, I'd like to start with a brief safety reminder for those of you who are unfamiliar with the NASA headquarters facility. Should an alarm sound, you'd proceed out of the auditorium out onto the street. You'd make 2 left turns onto 4th Street. You would go down under the freeway overpass to our assembly point. At that point, you'd wait for an announcement of an all clear to return to the building. So with that said, let's begin the ceremony. As in years past, we are honored to have with us the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard of the Military District of Washington. We are also delighted to have Musician Staff Sergeant Matthew Burke with us to lead us in the national anthem. Would you please stand for the presentation of colors and remain standing for the national anthem? Advance the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in them, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Cut. Right shoulder forward.
Retire the
Port. On.
retire the colors. Please join me in a round of applause for the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard and Musician Sergeant Matthew Burke. Please be seated. The scope of our ceremony today includes both the Agency Honor Awards and the Headquarters Center-wide Honor Awards program. In years past, we recognized all of the recipients at agency awards at one ceremony, and then each center had a local ceremony for their center award winners. The agency's ceremony held on August 28th, 2019, recognized the recipients of two of our most prestigious awards, the Distinguished Service Medal and the Distinguished Public Service Medal. It's our pleasure today to recognize the remaining headquarters recipients of agency awards, as well as the recipients of our headquarters awards. In light of NASA's core values of teamwork, I'd also like to recognize and thank several key contributing groups to today's events. First, we need to recognize the family and friends of those who contributed so much to the success of our recipients today. You are part of the NASA family. You have made contributions as well, and likely sacrifices in order for your loved ones to be recognized today. So for that, we'd like to say thank you. Second, for our recipients to be recognized, they have to be nominated. So we'd like to thank those who took the time to nominate your coworkers. Recognition helps build a supportive work environment, it increases motivation, and it contributes to another one of NASA's key values, and that's excellence. Third, we'd like, go ahead. So third, we'd like to recognize and say thanks to those who served in this year's review committees. The full list of names associated with the folks who were on the committees are actually in your pamphlet, but we'd like to say a special thanks to the two panel chairs. The 2019 Agency Honor Awards panel chair this year was Jay Henn, Executive Director of the Headquarters Operations. The 2019 Headquarters Honor Awards panel was chaired by Dr. Alada Taylor, Director of Strategic Integration and Management Division within the Human Exploration and Operations Mission Directorate. Last, we'd like to thank the many headquarters employees who've made this ceremony possible. You'll find those names also in your brochure in full recall. But we'd like to say a special thanks to two particular individuals, Fred Johnson, the Headquarters Awards Program Manager, and Nadika Jayafalaka, the Chief Learning Officer for NASA at Headquarters. The theme of today's ceremony is diversity and inclusion. So it's most fitting that our guest speaker today is the Associate Administrator for the Office of Diversity and Equal Opportunity, Mr. Steve Shee. Okay. I've got a few more things to say about you, Steve.
I can be patient.
So Steve has been with NASA since October 2017. He's provided executive direction and oversight over all NASA policies, programs, and initiatives in the area of diversity and equal opportunity. From 2010 to 2017, Steve was Deputy Associate Director for Senior Executive Services and Performance Management at the Office of Personnel Management, OPM. In this position, he was also responsible for leading government-wide policy for all federal employees with respect to performance management, awards, leadership development, employee engagement, work life, and wellness programs. Prior to his appointment at OPM, Steve held positions at the Department of Homeland Security and at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. He received a Bachelor of Science degree in Social Psychology from Duke University and a Juris Doctorate degree from the Washington University School of Law. He is a member of bar associations for both Virginia and the District of Columbia. So please help me welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Steve Shee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Karen, thank you so much for that very warm and long introduction. I think it just means that I started early on in my federal career, and I've been to a lot of places. I remember being a DC native, growing up in the DC area, and my mother telling me, just get 10 years of federal service under your belt. It's a very stable profession. It's beloved by everybody in the country. And here I am 26 years later with no appreciable talent or technical skills or any type of scientific or engineering background, and I got into NASA anyway. So it's a huge honor. And it's also such a great honor to have the chance to speak to you at today's 2019 NASA Headquarters Honors Award. As Karen said, the theme of today's program is diversity and inclusion. Now, some of you may be asking, what does diversity and inclusion have to do with an awards ceremony? I'm going to answer that question. And even if you didn't ask the question, I'm going to tell you anyway. The challenge is that sometimes we think of diversity a little bit more narrowly than maybe we should. We think of diversity as being about differences. And I want to suggest to you today that diversity is really about differences, but it's also about similarities. And it's really all about, I define it very easily as the entire universe of possibility. And so I want to give you a couple of definitions, these are mine, on diversity and inclusion. Diversity I define as the entire range of individual and organizational differences and similarities. So it's the entire universe of possibility. In inclusion, I define as full participation, belonging, and contribution of organizations and individuals. So if we think of diversity and inclusion broadly, then we begin to understand the link to an awards program, because diversity is really about, as an agency, accessing the entire universe of possible talent, capabilities, skills, assets, thinking, solutions, and people and organizations, and bringing that to bear inclusively to best achieve the mission. And so what this award program does today is it enables us to celebrate NASA's emphasis on diversity and inclusion, on being able to access the best of everything in the universe to best accomplish our missions. And that's really the value of this awards program today. NASA is remarkable because we truly value our people. We value diversity and inclusion. We know to attain the best mission success, we need the best organizations and people. And to get the best organizations and people, we need access to all possible organizations and people. And we need to include all of their capabilities, assets, knowledge, skills, ideas, and thinking to be able to, as I said, best accomplish our incredibly difficult and amazing missions. And to fully include all of those organizations and people, we need to provide the type of work environment where organizations and people can be at their best and fully contribute to our missions. We know how to do this. It's why we have been the best place to work for 8 consecutive years. I was at JSC last week making a visit, and I was speaking to some of the flight directors there, and I was complimenting them on a historic all-female spacewalk, EVA. And I was speaking to Emily Nelson, flight director down there, and she made a comment to me. She said that it was a historic accomplishment, and so they're happy about that. But what she said next really stuck with me. She said it was a historic milestone, and what they were most excited about was it wasn't just that it was an all-female spacewalk. It's because they picked the 2 best people for the job, and they happened to be female. And so that's really the idea here about diversity and inclusion. If we don't fully include all possible diversity, we cut ourselves off to possible talent, and then we minimize our opportunity to actually be able to identify and be able to take advantage of all possible talent. A friend of mine, John Robinson, was the longtime director of civil rights at the State Department. A very accomplished thought leader, published author, great leader in his field. He used to like to tell us the story about the American Olympic team. And if you've ever watched the Olympics, at the opening ceremony, you see each country march out its athletes, right, with the flag and their anthem. Well, have you ever noticed that when you see the countries march out, all of these other countries, they have these athletes who are very homogeneous in the way that they look. But there's one country, and it's the United States. When we march out, we look like every other country. And John would say that's one of the reasons that we are strong, because unlike other countries, we have access to all possible pockets of talent to come to our country. We welcome them, we include them, and they make us stronger and they make us successful. And at NASA, our history, our current missions, and our future missions demonstrate this. We know this better than any other agency. If you look at the legacy of Apollo, the international collaboration with the International Space Station, Artemis, our collaborations across centers, across countries, and across sectors. And then what we're going to accomplish in the future, including with Administrator Bridenstine's launch of a new NASA Unity campaign in September, and you're going to hear more about this. But we're going to leverage a lot of the history and the work and the symbolism. Bob Cabana's flight on STS-88 to open the International Space Station, launching the node. Anybody remember the name of that node? to open the International Space Station with a international collaboration, transcending any politics or military conflicts that divide us below on the Earth. That node was called Unity. We've got the ISS as an amazing symbol. Artemis, Jim Bridenstine, Jim Morehart, and our other leaders have already charted a path for us. It's going to be commercial crew. It's going to be private sector collaborations with academia and with other countries. We're going to do this together. And we're going to do it for the benefit of all humankind. And then we've got so many people who demonstrate the value of unity and diversity and inclusion across our entire agency. Last week, I had the chance to talk to Pooja Jazrani, flight director at JSC, and her call sign, conveniently, is unity. So I want to close by just saying again that today's award program really is an opportunity to celebrate the amazing diversity and the value that we place as an agency on including the diversity of organizations and people. I want to thank you for the opportunity to address you today. I want to say thanks to all of the awardees for the amazing accomplishments that you've been able to achieve. It is a subset of the amazing work that we do at this agency, but it's an opportunity to highlight and to showcase some of the amazing people and their accomplishments. And I want to thank you, all of you, for all the work that you do here at NASA to make the best place to work here at NASA and to enable the success of our country and our agency. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ron Braid. I'm the Acting Associate Administrator for the Mission Support Directorate, and I'm truly honored to have a small role to play in our award ceremony for today. I know that one of the things that the Administrator has offered in his comments here at the beginning of the program is that NASA continues to go further and increase our scientific knowledge faster than anyone else, all while we improve the human condition because we have the world's best workforce. And this ceremony today is to recognize the world's best workforce that we have here. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Steve and Jim Morehart up to present the awards to the recipients, and we'll go ahead and get started with the actual recognition of part of the world's greatest workforce. So if you two would come on up, we'll go ahead and get started. Our first award category for today is an agency honor award, the Early Career Achievement Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to any government employee for unusual and significant performance during the first 10 years of an individual's career in support of the NASA mission. The recipient today is Beth Ann Hull for outstanding leadership and ingenuity in addressing the challenges of responding to increasing demands for NASA speakers through NASA Deep. The next category is the Exceptional Achievement Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to any government employee for a significant, specific achievement or substantial improvement in operations, efficiency, service, financial savings, science, or technology which contributes to the mission of NASA. The first recipient, Kenneth Hodgson, for exceptional support of the International Space Station 56S Soyuz launch failure investigation that enabled continuation of NASA's International Human Spaceflight Program. The next recipient, Veronica Lancy, for exceptional achievement in managing NASA's Acquisition Workforce Training Program. The next recipient, John Montgomery, for outstanding leadership in advancing NASA aeronautics capability as part of the agency's capability management model. Andrew O'Rourke, for exceptional achievement in executing accurate, timely, and quality policy analysis and the development of NASA FAR supplement guidance. Valik Rowan, for substantially improving business operation efficiency, service, and financial savings to the space technology programs which contribute to the NASA mission. Rita Sabruna, for development of mission concept studies in preparation for the 2020 Astrophysics Decadal Survey, resulting in the best decadal survey and a model for other divisions. Accepting on her behalf, Paul Hertz. Thank Rita for us, Paul. Thank you. Juan Santos, for outstanding support of the International Space Station Program 56S Soyuz launch failure investigation that enabled continuation of NASA's International Human Spaceflight Program. Juan is not here today, but please join me in giving a round of applause for his contribution. Raynor Taylor, for establishing enterprise protection and ensuring effective integration and situational awareness of threats to NASA's assets. Raynor was also unable to make it today, but please join me in giving him a round of applause as well. James Wilson, for exceptional achievement in substantially improving NASA television and video operations throughout the agency, helping to reach more people about the work of NASA. The next category is the Exceptional Administrative Achievement Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to any civil service employee in the NASA Classification 500 group or non-government equivalent for significant specific achievement or contribution that clearly demonstrates a substantial improvement in administrative support contributing to NASA's mission. The first recipient, Nahimi Gosen, for exceptional administrative support and enabling more effective and efficient operations to the Human Exploration and Operations Mission Directorate. Next, Denise Hart, for exceptional sustained administrative support to the Science Mission Directorate and for outstanding facilitation of the Directorate Program Management Council. And the last recipient for this category, Tricia Johnson, for exceptional dedication and extraordinary service to the Science Mission Directorate. Our next category, the Exceptional Engineering Achievement Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to both government and non-government individuals for exceptional engineering contributions toward the achievement of NASA's mission. The first recipient, Mark McInerney, for exceptional engineering in the evolution of the Earth Data Cloud architecture and the development of the NASA-compliant General Application Platform. Andrea Riley, for exceptional achievement in the development of international interoperability standards that will enable deep space human exploration missions. The next category is the Exceptional Public Service Medal. This prestigious NASA recognition is awarded to non-government individuals or to an individual who was not a government employee during the period in which the service was performed for sustained performance that embodies multiple contributions on NASA projects, programs, or initiatives. The recipient this year is Carolus Shriver, for demonstrating scientific excellence through outstanding leadership and dedication in support of NASA Helios physics missions and the impact to the community. Carolus is unable to join us today, but please join me in offering a round of applause. Our next category, the Exceptional Service Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to any government employee for sustained performance that embodies multiple contributions which contribute to NASA's projects, programs, or initiatives. The first recipient, David Adams, for exceptional leadership, sustained performance, benchmark achievements, and effective high-impact results, building a NASA capacity for space asset and enterprise protection. Dennis Bosipio, for strategic insight and dedicated commitment in support of NASA agency governance. Diane DeTroy, for sustained exceptional service and outstanding accomplishments that have advanced NASA's work with students and educational institutions. Bradley Dorn, for exceptional service to NASA and society in advancing innovative uses of NASA's Earth science observations for improving water management and ensuring food security. Michael Hetley, for sustained leadership, effectiveness, influencing positive change, and achieving high-impact results, enabling NASA to establish the Enterprise Protection Program. Eric Lindstrom, for exceptional service and leadership excellence to the Earth Science Division, which have made profound impacts on earth science research and NASA's mission success. William Marinelli, for exceptional leadership and advocacy of the Space Communications and Navigation Program development projects. Timothy Neal, for providing exceptional service to the NASA Counterintelligence and Counterterrorism Program and for protecting personnel and resources from foreign intel and terrorist threats. James Ortiz, for exceptional service and significant contributions strengthening NASA's independent assessment function for spaceflight programs and projects. Angel Plaza, for exceptional service to the agency by leading NASA's occupational and environmental health programs essential for ensuring a healthy environment and workforce. Accepting on her behalf is Dr. Vince Michaud. Jack Regal, for outstanding support to NASA in ensuring rigorous security standards are established and sustained for multiple critical efforts. Catherine Wolfe, for many years of exceptional contributions to the financial management and planning of the entire NASA science portfolio. John Yembrick, for excellence in transforming the digital communications organization and strategy at NASA and greatly increasing the reach of agency news across the world. John was not able to join us today, but please join me in giving a round of applause. Our next category is the Outstanding Leadership Medal. This prestigious NASA medal is awarded to any government employees for notable leadership accomplishments that have significantly influenced the NASA mission. Sustained leadership and exceptionally high-impact leadership achievements should demonstrate the individual's effectiveness in advancing the agency's goals and image in present and future terms. Our first recipient, Chris Brown, for sustained exceptional leadership as a guiding force to transformative change for the agency's communication and STEM engagement function. Prasanna Desai, for exceptional leadership in establishing and executing NASA's systems capability leadership teams. Jack K., for outstanding, innovative, and visionary leadership in earth science, which has contributed to key NASA missions and successes. Jack was unable to join us today, but please join me in offering a round of applause for his accomplishment. Michael Kincaid, for outstanding leadership of NASA's STEM education program, developing the next generation of STEM pioneers and making a profound impact on NASA's mission success. Yeah, Mike, the plaque belongs to you as well, buddy. Robert Pierce, for outstanding leadership in the development of compelling strategy, robust management practices, and forward-looking organizational development for NASA Aeronautics. Accepting on his behalf is John Montgomery. John was really an Olympic athlete. You can tell he knows how to Dr. James Polk, for outstanding leadership as NASA's Chief Health and Medical Officer. Strengthening the Health and Medical Technical Authority and implementing TREAT Act, thereby supporting the health of our crews and our workforce. Accepting on his behalf, Dr. Vincent Michaud. And Dr. Thomas Zurbuchen, for outstanding leadership and critical support in leading the Science Mission Directorate and advancing scientific knowledge. Dr. Zurbuchen was not able to join us today, but please join me in offering him a round of applause for his contribution. Our next category, the Outstanding Public Leadership Medal. This prestigious NASA recognition is awarded to non-government individuals or to an individual who was not a government employee or government contractor employee during the period in which the accomplishment was achieved, for notable leadership accomplishments that have significantly influenced the NASA mission. Andrew Dreisman, for outstanding leadership of the Parker Solar Probe mission and team, delivering an incredibly advanced spacecraft that will revolutionize our understanding of the sun. Our next category are the Group Achievement Awards. This prestigious NASA certificate is awarded to any combination of government and/or non-government individuals for an outstanding group accomplishment that has contributed substantially to NASA's mission. The first, the Astrophysics Large Mission Study Team, for the substantial and effective scientific, technical, and management work in developing the large mission concept studies for the 2020 Astrophysics Decadal Survey. Accepting on behalf of the team, Shahid Habib. Okay, please join me in giving that team a round of applause for their accomplishments. Our next category, the Communicators for Commercial Crew Astronaut Assigned, for outstanding public engagement to understand America's space program and NASA's mission using astronaut announcements selected to fly on Boeing and SpaceX commercial crew. Accepting on behalf of the team, Stephanie Shireholtz. The Gateway Formulation Team, for exceptional performance, accelerating and maturing human space exploration by the successful completion of the Gateway Formulation Sync Review. Accepting on behalf of the team is Stratus Katakalikos. Sorry. The Gateway PPE Acquisition Procurement Strategy Team, for pioneering and coordinating innovative strategies for power and propulsion element development partnerships, leveraging commercial industry practices and heritage. Accepting on behalf of the team is Kathleen Schubert. The OLA Group Award for exemplary and diligent contributions in the area of diversity and inclusion and employee development, enabling the agency to have a diverse, robust workforce. Accepting on behalf of the team is David Lopez. The Innovation and Opportunity Conference Team, for outstanding results in executing a high-impact small business innovation and opportunity conference through an innovative and cost-effective public-private partnership. Accepting on behalf of the team is Bethany McClave. The MAP Resources Management Integration Team, for exceptional resources management leadership and support to the Mission Support Future Architecture Program. Accepting on behalf of the team is Rhonda Smith. The NASA Conference Tracking System, for successful implementation and effective management of congressional and OMB requirements pertaining to conference attendance and expenditures. Please join me in giving that team a round of applause. The NASA Human Factors Task Force, for outstanding leadership in improving the use of human factors, processes, and techniques to ensure the agency will carry out its mission safely. Accepting on behalf of the team is Tracy Dillinger. The NASA Next Generation Space Service Volume Team, for exceptional efforts in protecting and enhancing the Global Navigation Satellite System Space Service Volume, enabling satellite-based navigation for space users. Accepting on behalf of the team, Joel Parker. The NASA Personal Identity Verification Team, for exceptional teamwork and dedication to successfully meet cybersecurity federal requirements, yielding a significant improvement for NASA's cybersecurity posture. Accepting on behalf of the team, Daniel Pearson. The NASA Safety Cultural Work Group, for outstanding leadership in the development and implementation of the NASA Safety Culture Program, ensuring the agency will carry out its mission safely. Accepting on behalf of the team is Tracy Dillinger. The NASA Speaker Bureaus Team, for outstanding performance and ingenuity in preparing speakers and filling speaker requests that are submitted to NASA. Please join me in applauding the work of that particular team as well. The Next Step 2 Habitation Systems BAA Team, for outstanding contribution to NASA's public-private partnerships enabling commercial development of deep space capabilities and formulation of NASA's Gateway program. Accepting on behalf of the team, Douglas Craig. The OCIO Diversity and Inclusion Team, for outstanding achievement, strengthening agency-wide teamwork, collaboration, and customer-oriented results to effectively provide IT mission support across the agency. Accepting on behalf of the team, Lara Petz. The Strategic Astrophysics Technology Team, for the inception, management, and execution of the Strategic Astrophysics Technology Program, advancing key technologies to enable NASA's future astrophysics missions. Accepting on behalf of the team, Nasir Bogatay. The Tropospheric Ozone LiDAR Network, for the development and implementation of a network of tropospheric ozone LiDARs to measure time series of vertical profiles of atmospheric ozone for air quality studies. Accepting on behalf of the team, Michael Newchurch. The Urban Air Mobility Coordination Assessment Team, for exceptional strategic planning and systems of systems assessment of the transformative urban air mobility concept. Accepting on behalf of the team is Jim Murphy. Our next category is the Silver Achievement Medal. Due to the extraordinary importance of the achievements warranting this award, it is appropriate to recognize such achievements in a timely and personalized manner. Therefore, centers have been delegated the authority to approve this award, and it is exempt from the out-of-cycle awards process. First, the headquarters furloughed long ball hitters, for tireless efforts during the extended 2018-2019 partial government shutdown, continuing NASA's mission and protecting against threats to life and property. Accepting on behalf of the team, Kevin Buford. And the Parker Solar Probe Team, for stellar achievement in the successful development, launch, and commissioning of the Parker Solar Probe, NASA's coolest, hottest mission. Accepting on behalf of the team is Andrew Dreisman. Now, as we transition to the headquarters honorees, there were a couple of other agency honorees that were not able to join us today, and so I wanted to read those acknowledgments out as well. First, Tony Myers for outstanding cinematic achievement in collaborating with NASA on films documenting space exploration for the shuttle era to the present. Please join me in offering a round of applause for the Exceptional Service Medal to Dr. William Ballhouse Jr. for exemplary leadership, dedication, and commitment to NASA as a member of the NASA Advisory Council and chair of the Technology, Innovation, and Engineering Committee. An Outstanding Leadership Medal to Glenn Delgado for exceptional leadership as the NASA Associate Administrator for Small Business Programs and substantially improving the overall success of the program. And then 2 group achievement awards that were out of cycle. The Business Services Steering Committee for significant contributions to transform the way NASA provides institutional services. And lastly, the NASA Caltech JPL contract team for exceptional contributions in awarding a new JPL contract and successfully implementing changes that significantly benefit NASA and its federally funded research and development centers. Now we shift to the 2019 headquarters honorees. The first category is the Customer Service Award. This award recognizes individuals who promoted and provided sustained, superior products or services to internal and external customers. The first recipient, Tiara Johnson, for outstanding analysis that provided insight into the space technology programmatic performance and coordinating elements of the exploration campaign for the federated team. Richard Wallace, for outstanding customer service and NASA aeronautics research strategy development, leading to increased relevance and impact for internal and external stakeholders. The next category is the Distinguished Achievement Award. This award recognizes employees who have demonstrated a history of service and/or achievement to support the mission of headquarters. The first recipient, George Crawford, for continuous outstanding and distinguished performance in protecting NASA resources and personnel from foreign intelligence and terrorist threats. The next recipient, David Crouch, for outstanding contributions leading to a significantly improved JPL FFRDC contract that benefits major NASA programs. Our next category, the Equal Opportunity, Diversity, and Inclusion Achievement Award. This award recognizes an individual or a team who made a significant contribution to support headquarters' commitment to foster an environment that provides equal opportunity for all and creates or promotes a diverse and inclusive work environment. The first recipient, David Lopez, for high achievement serving as chair of the Hispanic Outreach and Leadership Alliance, known as HOLA. Marcus Watkins, for exceptional service promoting diversity and inclusion within the NMO and transformative leadership into a highly effective organization supporting major NASA programs. Our next category, the Exceptional Performance Award. This award recognizes employees who have demonstrated work-related achievements yielding high-quality results and substantial improvements that support the headquarters mission in the execution of their duties. The first recipient, William Berry, for superior performance as a chief NASA historian providing technical support to the Apollo 50th anniversary. Gerald Bowden, for exceptional performance across different tasks within ESD, displaying creativity, programmatic skills, and expertise that enabled outstanding results. Accepting on his behalf is Sandra Kaufman. Judy Canaban, for outstanding contributions to the revitalization of the Alternative Dispute Resolution Program and for the creation of a cadre of EO counselors. Beth Dickey, for exceptional services as the lead for the Apollo 50th anniversary. Elizabeth Landau, for exceptional dedication and effectiveness in communicating the scientific achievement of NASA's astrophysics to the public, particularly during the government shutdown. Shinjadar Lee, for outstanding oversight of NASA's high-end computing and weather research activities. Scott Martinelli, for exceptional work developing and integrating HEO estimates for the Lunar 2024 initiative in support of the administration's FY 2020 budget amendment. Dennis McSweeney, for exceptional achievements in advancing NASA's strategic relationships with India in furtherance of the agency's mission and broader U.S. government objectives. Stefan Morgan, for providing exceptional service to the NASA CICT program by protecting NASA personnel and resources from foreign intelligence and terrorist cyber threats. Elaine Slough, for outstanding leadership of HEO's efforts leading to the 2020 President's budget request, as well as leadership in formulating HEO's FY 2021 budget submit. Lisa Wainio, for exceptional initiative and service during the partial government shutdown, enabling outstanding astrophysics communications at the 2019 AAS conference. Accepting on her behalf, Dr. Valerie Connaughton. And Lakita Young-Hill, for outstanding leadership as lead NASA procurement analyst for ISS commercialization and category management. Our next category, the Leadership Award. This award recognizes employees whose vision and initiative motivates others to create a new and powerful organizational future that is aligned with the goals, strategies, and values of the headquarters mission. The first recipient, Barbara Esker, for exemplary program leadership in NASA aeronautics research, developing new tools, technology, and knowledge that will greatly impact the aviation community. And Eric Ianson, for outstanding and passionate leadership, dedication, and flawless management of the flight element in the Earth Science Division. Eric was unable to join us today, but please join me in offering him a round of applause. The next category, Team Excellence Award. This award recognizes outstanding team achievement that improved the efficiency and effectiveness or resulted in a significant contribution to the mission of headquarters. The first recipient, the Astrophysics Research Team, for executing the 2019 Astrophysics Research Program on schedule and meeting all metrics following the government shutdown. Accepting on behalf of the team, Valerie Connaughton. The Booz Allen Hamilton Earth Science RNA Support Team, for outstanding support and excellence in service, enabling the Earth Science Division Research and Analysis Program to achieve its goals and further NASA's mission. Accepting on behalf of the team, Christine Matilla. The Counterintelligence Counterterrorism Team, for exceptional duty and outstanding performance in protecting NASA personnel and resources from foreign intelligence threats. Accepting on behalf of the team, Daryl Sloan. The Earth Science Partnerships, for exceptional work in building innovative partnerships with commercial and non-governmental organizations that have amplified the benefits of NASA to society. Accepting on behalf of the team is Sandra Kaufman. The NASA Home and City Interactive Team, for outstanding partnership creating a unique interactive website, NASA Home and City, which explains the important role NASA technologies play in everyone's everyday life. They were unable to have a representative here, but please join me again in celebrating the success of that team. And lastly, the NASA Management Office Transition Team, for exceptional team performance successfully supporting contract transition activities at JPL, significantly improving funding transition between NASA and its FFRDC. Accepting on behalf of the team is Monique Cabrera. Well, thank you for your participation here. Jim, I will offer the podium for you for any closing remarks that you might have. Thank you.
I feel like Vanna White. Thank you for letting me say a few words. And I first want to recognize Steve Jerzyk. You talk about a thankless job. I just appreciate what you do, Steve, every day. And I sit right next to him, and I know how difficult this is. Challenging is the right word. Also want to thank the recipients and especially their families. I'm glad to see you all here today. You know, talking about families, my mom, one time when I was very young, I said, "Mom, why are we here?" She said, "We're here to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people." That's what NASA's about. You think about the awards today, and I just urge you, each of you have diverse skills and talents, and I urge you to continue to serve others with them. I think that many in this room who have gotten awards have already done that. And from that, you know, we really experience the great joys of life. Many of you know I was in a plane crash 9 years ago now, and it took a few years to get back. And I read a book called Flourish. You don't need to read the book. I can tell you what the book was about in one sentence. To have a flourishing life, you do worthy work with worthy people for a worthy cause. That's why we're here. Let me talk a little bit about leadership. When I got nominated, you have to do a confirmation hearing, and not exactly the easiest or most fun thing you ever want to do. But I was trying to get prepared, and a good friend of mine, a guy named John Lebanati, he was a former Secret Service agent, and he said, "Jim, tell me why you think you're a leader." And I said, "Well, you know, I've had oversight on large budgets. I'm comfortable with, you know, billions of dollars, you know, managing $731 billion. You know, this doesn't really worry me. I've worked HR, legal, all these things." He goes, "Jim, that's not leadership." He said, "Leadership is honesty. It's integrity. It's having a vision. It's courage. It's kindness. It's helping people who can't help you. It's being decisive and dependable. It's having endurance," which I'm learning. It's having enthusiasm, which Jim Bridenstine, my gosh. It's being positive, and Lord knows I'm working on that one. They call me prickly on the 9th floor. It's taking the initiative. And it's having good judgment. It's being loyal. It's having tact. And it's being unselfish. This is leadership. This is why people are going to follow you in your careers. And yes, you still need to be an expert in your field, there's no question. But you've got to be competent in these traits. Much like practicing law or medicine, you've got to practice your leadership skills. Some of us are great at some of these traits, but some others we've got to become unconsciously competent in practicing them. It's hard enough to hire really good engineers and scientists, but it's really, really hard to find them as great leaders. I've discussed many of these concepts with Steve and the ERGs. It's really about honing your skills so that when you walk into a room, they hear your spurs and they stop. I'm really asking many of you, some of you, you still got time to be the NASA administrator. And if you're really lucky, you might be the deputy. Because I can tell you the NASA administrator job's a lot harder. You know, you think about our past generations, your families, witnessed the Industrial Revolution, more recently the digital revolution, the internet revolution. We're at the doorstep of the space revolution. It's really already started. And what we're trying to do here is bring the capabilities and resources to land the first woman and the next man on the moon, and then go on to Mars. Those abilities are in this room. You are the Artemis generation. I know it's not easy, and it's not going to be easy. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now. You know, the uncertainty principle is a part of quantum mechanics. They say a fixed system is not creative. So our organizations and controls do not always promote creativity. And what I'm asking you to do is to step into the unknown. It's said that uncertainty and creativity are linked. When it comes, embrace the intellectual uncertainty. This is leadership. You think about the history of our species. We come from a long line of explorers. It's really who we are as a species. You're part of something much bigger than yourself. These challenges are within our abilities. And together with Artemis, we're going to go forward to the moon, not because we do what no one else can, not because we're trying to take advantage over another country. We do it because we strive to better the human condition of all people. We really are trying to build a better life for our children and our grandchildren, not just for Americans, but for all people on this earth who want to work together with us. This is why we go. It's a challenge we've accepted, and it's one we're going to accomplish. We go together. Thank you. That wraps it up. Thank you so much.